Hey guys, creator mom. I just got inspired to make another video. So last night I was watching this movie. I think it was called For Keeps or Keepsake or For Keeps with Molly Ringwald. Anybody remember that movie? Such a cute movie. Not just cute. I forgot the actor's name in it, but yeah, Molly Ringwald, and about a young couple who falls in love. They're like in their senior year of high school, and Molly Ringwald, she gets pregnant and stuff like that, and they decide to keep the baby. It's a really interesting movie. It really brings across a lot of emotion and a lot of pain. And family dysfunction, Very interesting movie. But what I was picking up in the movie was Molly Ringwald's mother in the movie and her obsession with her vision for her daughter's life, and she just couldn't let go of it. I think that the mother portrayed a narcissistic mother, okay? And this is, all right, so Molly Ringwald deals with her mother's shit. She doesn't really, I don't even think that in the beginning of the movie she really truly understands like how her mother is trying to like project this life onto her, right? Like for her good, really. But her mom is being totally fucking selfish. Her mother is only thinking about herself, her own happiness, being friends with her daughter. It's all about her. And this trip they're going to have to France next summer. And you could tell Molly Ringwald's responses to her mother are not really enthusiastic when her mom starts talking about going to France. She's like, yeah, okay, Mom, Instead of taking a moment out to be like, hey, daughter, I notice you're not really excited about this trip. Like, do you not want to go? Maybe I can go by myself or find someone else to go with. No, but the mother insists and keeps pushing her vision onto her daughter. Narcissistic, that's what I say. They want to, it's just like, okay, so say they went to France, right? People say, wow, your mom took you on a trip to France. Like, how wonderful. Yeah, but was it what you wanted? No, it was what the mother wanted. She did it for her. She's doing it for her own self. So anyways, later in the movie, when they tell their parents that they're pregnant, they start freaking out. It's at Thanksgiving. And, oh my God, it's a horrible scene, actually, with Molly Ringwald sitting at the table. Her mother is on one side, and the boy's dad is on the other side of Molly Ringwald. And they're both shouting at each other, but into Molly Ringwald's ears. One on one side and one on the other. No, she's going to have a medical procedure. She's going to have an abortion. And the dad's like, no, she's going to give the baby up for adoption. She's going to keep her legs closed. I mean, all shouting right into Molly Ringwald's ears. And I'm just like, oh my God, like that is so fucked up. And it's interesting because in the movie, Molly doesn't get up and say, stop fucking screaming in my ears. She doesn't even stand up for herself. She just allows them to continue screaming at each other, but directly into her own ears. And then when they're done arguing, her mom gets up, says, let's go. And she just gets up very politely, and says, thanks for dinner, She didn't react at all to these people yelling in her ear. She was quite submissive. So anyways, she goes ahead and thinks she's going to get the abortion. They think, all right, this is what our parents want us to do, or this is the best thing to do. But then she can't go through with it. She just has this urge to feel like she needs to keep the baby and not abort it. So, and then at Christmas, they again tell their parents. But now, now Molly Ringwald and her boyfriend, they are on the same page. They know that they want to keep the baby. So they both are united in their stance against the parents to say, we're keeping the baby. And I thought, all the parents are consumed with their ideas of what their children could have been, how they don't want this baby to exist, and basically, kind of, sorry to say, but for the parents' selfish motives, for what they saw their child to be, for the plans in their minds and hearts that they were pushing onto their children. It sounds, it almost sounds like, yeah, they just really care about their kids. But I know it's just like, as parents, we have to watch out for that. We really do. Like, what's more important? Our relationship with the person, with the child? They're not just your child, they're also another human being. Is the relationship more important with them? Or is your ideal of their life more important to you? Your own ideal, right? That's kind of selfish. Like, are you going to damage your relationship with your so-called, with your precious, child? Because their vision of their life is not matching up with yours. You think they're throwing their life away. It's really difficult. And it's like when you're watching the movie, you feel the difficulty of the situation. You're like, wow, that is so difficult. And I wasn't really, hating the parents or anything like that, but I was just like, man, these difficult situations, it's just like, how nice would it be if we gave up our own ideas of what things were going to turn out to be and embrace their idea when they say, Mom, Dad, like, we're going to keep this baby. We really love each other and we really want to keep this baby. How beautiful would it be if the parents were to say, wow, that is such a big decision. And you know what? We really, really want to support you in this. Not that the parents are going to like enable them, but like support them. Just be a support, How beautiful would that have been? I don't know, that would have been really nice, but it's just like we can't get over, I guess, our own ideals and disappointment sometimes, or sometimes it just takes time. It takes time to process. What I did notice in the movie was just that the guy's dad and Molly Ringwald's mother were the two main players who did not want the baby. But the one who was silent, the guy's mom, Molly Ringwald didn't have a dad. Dad wasn't present in this movie. So the mom was just like, basically didn't want Molly Ringwald to have this baby because she didn't even believe their relationship was going to work out. She's like, he's going to leave you just like your dad left us. Like, whoa. That's like projection fucking city. Whoa. To say that somebody else's boyfriend is going to leave them just like your man left you. Like, damn, if that's not projection. So, yeah, the mother who was soft, the young man's mother, she was soft, more kind. She was excited. She wanted them to have the baby because she was like, well, what if they just had and we helped them raise? Actually, my bad. I said she was silent. She wasn't silent. She wasn't fighting like the other two were, but she did insert her suggestion, which was totally discounted. They were like, are you fucking kidding me? But she was like, what if we just help them raise it while they go to college? Whoa, right? That would have been really nice. But I mean, things didn't go that way, but they still ended up working out, which was really nice. They had to go through some turmoil, and they were left to fail in a way. I don't know, because of course they moved out. Once they decided like, hey, we're gonna have this baby, we're gonna do it. They moved out on their own. They got their own apartment. It was very difficult, but they were trying to find a way. They were really trying. Like, they, Molly went to night school. The boy got a job. He had a couple of jobs. And then things started to sink, Molly Ringwald got postpartum depression after having the baby, but she got through it. She got through it all without her mother's support. When she initially gave birth to the baby, she said, I want my mom. She wanted to be comforted. I can't imagine having a baby young, like at 17 or 18 years old. Like and people have babies younger than that, but I'm like, your mental space, at that age. But she did really good in the movie. But she said, I want my mom. Her mom comes, and what's her mom start talking about? Oh my God, I realized we could just go to Paris with the baby. Well, that's not what she wants to hear right now. You know what I mean? The mom is obsessed with going to France. She can't put it aside for a minute. So Molly Ringwald's like, can't you just be my mom? Can't you just love me without any strings attached? Not narcissistic mothers. No, they cannot love you without any strings attached. Well, maybe, I don't know if the mom, this is just a movie, of course, but I think I really got off here, but there was one thing that I really thought was interesting, and I wanted to point out about having a narcissistic mother. They are the only thing that you know, and this is really difficult. It's really difficulty because it's a double-edged sword. It's like you want them to help you. You want them to be your mom. You want that from them. But then it's like you can't, there's strings attached. It's a really difficult place to be because there is no one else. But it's like, shit, now I have to fall back on my narcissistic mother. And I don't want to, but they're supposed to be a mother, but they have this, personality disorder, There is no strings attached, so it's difficult. So yeah, they go out, live on their own. They're basically left to fail so that they can come crying back to the parents, of course, to the mom. And Molly Ringwald, when they couldn't pay their bills anymore because the baby was sick and they had to pay hospital bills, they said something like, Molly Ringwald said, we had to make a double payment to the hospital this month so they couldn't pay their electric bill. Their electric was shut off. It's like, fuck that. Pay the hospital. Pay your electric bill. Fuck the hospital. Sorry, shit. That's crazy. So everything ends up failing, quote unquote. So they have to go live, which the mother loved. Oh man, I bet she got so much supply when Molly Ringwald called and asked for help. It was like, they ended up moving in with the mom, and of course she drove the boyfriend crazy. Real toxic. But the thing is, you can't tell they're toxic from the outside because they look so pleasant and nice, but they're not. They're selfish as fuck. They're not authentic. They're not genuine, So yeah, the supply that the mom got when Molly Ringwald called to ask for help, oh, she couldn't. That was probably the best. So anyways, what else do I want to say about this? Yeah, falling back on the narcissistic parent, you're basically set up to fail because you made a decision that was not in line with their vision for your life, so you're basically out on your own. That there's got to be this middle ground where if your child makes a decision that you don't agree with, and I do admit it is hard, but it's just like, well, what can I do to be a support to my child in their vision, in their life, And I think that the idea that the boy's mom came up with, like, why don't we raise their kids while they go to college, that might have slid all the way to the other side of the scale. That could have slid more into like enabling. I'm not sure, like, although that is a really nice suggestion, but Molly Ringwald actually said, she's like, no, we don't want you to do that. We want to raise our own baby. Like, they wanted the responsibility to raise their child. They wanted to do the right thing. But all they needed was just a little bit of support. They didn't really need the mom to take the baby and care for it. They just needed support to help them, to get them lifted off the ground a little bit. And that's probably one of the reasons why Molly Ringwald had postpartum depression. Yeah, it could have been biological too, but I mean, it might have been alleviated with more support, And so, because of all the narcissism and the selfishness, they really didn't have any support. So they were set up to fail. But anyways, things did end up working out for them, seemingly at the end of the movie. So yeah, it's just like, I was just thinking, wow, what joy it could have been if everyone had a more positive attitude about, like, wow, yeah, don't worry, you guys, wow, you're pregnant, like, wow, that's a shocker. That's a really big responsibility, but we can help support you guys in little ways, not enable you and like pay your bills for you, but we can help support you like in little ways that you might need. Just be there for you guys, That's it. Anyways, I really went on about this movie, but yeah, it's just like the whole idea of being like kind of like set up to fail so that like you can run back to the narcissistic parent and so that you can need them. I think that that's what this movie really, I think this movie showed that dynamic. They want you to need them. Not the boy's dad. He was just straight pissed off. He was more like authentic, like, I'm fucking pissed. He came around eventually. But the mother, Molly Ringwald's mother, she wanted her to fail so that she could need her. The lady was such a sad witch. But she wasn't blatantly mean. She tried to act nice, like she was nice. But she was all in it, like for her own agenda. All right, I'm done rambling. Take care.